I've got a question for you today. Do you really care if you ever make any more art? I know that's quite deep, and I know that's quite profound, but in this video we're going to dig into, is there a real motivation there for you to connect to your art, to see it through, to fight for it, to make sure there's space and time and a place for it in your life? Okay. I'm a creative coach and guide that helps frustrated people who've got corporate jobs, work in tech, but are deeply disconnected from their creativity, and from that valuable thing that helps them to feel alive. And whether you're busy at work, and you've got a family, you've got, you're trying to stay healthy, you're trying to look after yourself, but you're also trying to show up for those people who you care about in your life. But in the back of your mind, you've got this itch that you're like, I want to get back to playing the guitar or making music, photography. I've got to write that book that I've got spinning around in my head for years now. Or pulling out your paintbrushes. Whatever that looks like, that's what I want to try and help you with today. And one of the questions that I regularly ask people when I'm coaching them is, do you even care about it? Like, do you care to spend your time and your energy engaging in like your area, your speciality? Like, if you're into music, are you going to gigs? Like, are you buying music? Are you buying vinyl and listening to it? Are you curating Spotify playlists and sharing them with your friends and with your network? Like, how do you show up and present that back? Like, would somebody looking at your life know you care about that stuff? Not just because you've got an old guitar hanging on your wall from when you were a teenager, but is it part of who you are? Do you express it? Do you put it out there? Or are you really into writing, and you've always got a notebook, you've always got a pen, you've got a collection of typewriters, or you're constantly reading and sharing book recommendations. People come to you and say, hey, what good books have you read? Or whatever that right thing within your sphere is. And if you're not, how do you get that back? Is it something that's so deeply important to you, but you've completely lost connection to it? And do you need to find a little bit of space? And that space could be head space, it could be emotional space, it could be financial space. Would you be better off cancelling Disney Plus for a couple of months and using those couple of euros or dollars and putting it towards actual something physical, like a physical book or a notebook, or buying a piece of vinyl and having something in your hand? Because it's so easy in today's world for something to have become digital and to have become like almost meaningless and vapid, and when we cancel our subscription, it's gone, and our library and our playlists and my books on Audible, they've all disappeared. Or as we're seeing with Kindle, that Amazon doesn't want us to download and actually have those products anymore. So how do we make those things real, and how do we connect to them? So one of the things that I'm really thinking through a lot at the moment, having talked to a number of creatives recently, is space. This idea of spaciousness, this idea of how do we claw back from that really busy, overwhelmed place that we can be, because work is expanding to fill all the spaces that we allow it. If your boss had their way, they'd a little bit extra time here, a little bit extra time there, or maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to make sure I have that done by Monday, maybe I'll put a couple of hours in the weekend. You're not getting paid any extra for that, but you still go, I feel like I want to do a good job and I want to push into that. Or you don't do it and you still feel the pressure, and it just builds and builds and builds, and all of these things just get in on top of you, and it's really important and it's heavy, and there's so many things. And that could be the same around looking after your house, whether that's DIY, walking the dogs, going out and getting exercise, keeping yourself fit, whether it's like addressing health issues in your life, or wanting to eat better and healthier, drink less, drink more water, whatever it is. There's so many things coming at us. And then we have our phones. I would reach over and grab my phone, but when I'm working, when I'm making videos, when I'm writing, my phone's in another room because I just see it as the ultimate distraction machine. We have created these beautiful tools, and I've said it before, like I worked for Apple for nearly 10 years, and I think they make some of the most amazing tools, but they've also made them into some of the biggest distractors and time sucks that we've ever created as humanity. And I think that and like I know, like last summer, I was in a place where at the end of the week, I'd get a message saying that I'd been on my phone for 6 hours. I wasn't job searching, I wasn't writing, I was just watching random YouTube stuff and scrolling through Instagram, and just that infinite scroll just wants to suck us in because they want to sell to us. They want to suck up our attention, and they want to sell our attention to advertisers who are going to pay for it. So we've got so much stuff coming at us all the time, and we need to be able to wrestle back control of our attention, of our time, and of our energy, and get back to a place where we really care about what's important to us. And I know it might sound a lot to say, do you even care? And that's not an answer that I have for you. But I do know that this year, connecting with my really good friend over the past couple of years, and we've started a band, we've started making music, we even put on a live stream and played in front of like a small group of people one evening. That was really important to us. We cared about it so much. We put so much love and care and energy into it. And it's not just me and him performing. We've got a whole kind of team working on it. We've got somebody doing visuals, someone doing design. We've got like an events manager. Like we've invited our friends who care about this stuff in to get involved. But then I've also gone to a place where I've bought myself a record player. So all of those records I have sitting in a shop are not just gathering dust, but I'm taking them out, dusting them off and playing them. And we've started going to gigs, like at least one a month, sometimes more, because I think it's really important to be able to go, I care about this enough to spend my money, spend my time, and spend my energy and invest in it. And I think that's like really deeply foundational. If there's something out there that you really want to connect into, make the time, make the space to push into that. And in the same way, 2 or 3 years ago, I had been really into photography, and I was kind of building up my skills around product and food photography. If I can find some pictures, I'll pop them up to give you an idea of the kind of stuff I was doing. And I just landed myself a new job, and I was trying to decide, do I put all of the energy and effort into pushing down this route and getting to a place where I could become where it could be commercially viable and start to put myself out there for big jobs? Now, I had regularly been getting small jobs and working with local suppliers, kind of small kind of restaurants. People were regularly kind of just getting in touch and hitting me up on Instagram going, oh, do you do product photography? Could you shoot our this and that? And it was generating a bit of interest, because certainly in Ireland there was not an awful lot of people who were kind of operating in this kind of space, and I had a quite a clear aesthetic. But I just really asked the question about myself, do I care enough about this to pursue it, to be able to put the 3 to 5 years of graft in there to build up a portfolio, a network, and turn it into business? And ultimately I decided that I didn't, that I wanted my creativity to be a route of expression for me, to be able to put something that I did care about out into the world. And the route that I was going down around photography was really specifically about enabling and empowering somebody else's creative gift to get out into the world through their products, through their food, through whatever services that they were putting out there. And I was like, it just felt like it was a layer back from where I wanted to be. And I have no, qualms or ideas, or I'm 100% sure that like we're not going to make any money from making music and put it out there. The industry has totally changed, and there's like it's just it's in my mind. I'm not even putting it out there as a possibility. It's not something we're interested in. It's just a love. It's a passion project. We will just make music and put it out there and hope that it finds an audience. And I'm sure it will at some point. But the point is, I decided between this one piece, and I could pour my creativity and my energy into it. And actually I ended up selling all my camera equipment, like loads of beautiful cameras and lenses, which would have been super helpful for this YouTube channel. But it meant that I was able to reinvest that into music gear and into instruments that I love putting my hands on, enjoy hearing the music coming back out of the speakers, or if I'm recording it, it's just connected. And I just really want to ask you that question. Like, do you really care about it? Do you care enough to make a change? Do you care enough to like ask for space in your week? Whether that's from your family, your partner, whether you're prepared to, shut your laptop at the end of the day and walk away and go and do the thing that really lights you up. Are you prepared to like sacrifice, some of those areas of maybe your finances to go, hey, I want to save up to buy something. And you don't even have to buy anything. Chances are, if you're already into this, you probably have a stack of stuff in a cupboard. I've got some under the bed, to pull them out and to start experimenting and plug them together and, make time. Find people that you can collaborate with. To even take the tiny step and go down to the record store and like listen to some vinyl, or CD, put it on your car, whatever it is, like just to connect back to the thing that you're doing. I think there's something beautiful in this world, especially where everything's gone digital and vaporware, for us to be able to take time to create and engage in something that's real, something that's physical, and something that shows up. So I just have the ultimate respect for the artisans who are making something with their hands, or it ultimately gets produced into hands. Like I've shared before, but my friend runs a book publishing company and makes the most viscerally gorgeous, beautiful books. They're stunning. They are a work of art in themselves, and so much love and care and attention has gone into them. And I think that there's a reason why they sell, and they are expensive for a book, but they're beautiful, and as a work of art, I think they're highly valuable and absolutely stunning. Okay, but I'm going to leave you with this one question. Do you even care about your art, about your creativity, about your craft, about your practice? Do you care about it enough to make a change? Okay, if there's any way in which I can help you with this, if you want to talk it through or drop me an email, my details are down below. You can check out my website where it has details of my coaching and guidance offer. I can jump on a call with you and we can figure this out. Okay, but until then, you've got this. And if you don't care, it's okay. Let it go. Move on. Okay, until next time. See ya.